Welcome to another Tyler Patrick Smith production. This weekend, a couple of my buddies and I decided to pack up and head north to Lake Erie, the fourth largest Great Lake by surface area, but the smallest by water volume. This lake hosts an abundant population of lake trout and salmon, but it's most famous for its world-renowned walleye and steelhead fisheries. But up in Erie, Pennsylvania, steelhead fishing is a culture. Every year, around 85,000 people buy Lake Erie trout and Erie combo licenses. People from across the country travel here to fish for these giant rainbow trout. These fish, which are part of the salmonoid family, put up extended fights and love to break off your line. They are masters of the water they inhabit and will do anything to get away. It is currently February, and the season is winding down for these fish. Most of these steelhead have seen thousands of flies on their journey upstream to spawn. It's going to be quite the challenge to fool these weary fish this late in the season. We start our trip on a distant tributary feeding into the main lake. These massive walls of shale line most of the tributaries, while the bottom of the stream is lined with smooth bedrock. This erosion took place due to glacier melts during the end of the last ice age. Lake Erie itself was formed into its current shape around 4,000 years ago, which in geologic terms makes it an infant compared to the bodies of water such as Clear Lake in California, which has continuous lake sediment dating back around 2 million years.
I'm gonna try and get up there and past the bubbles, but I suck at casting, so get it as close as I can. If that doesn't catch something, I don't know what will. I'm just gonna do that 100 more times until I get snagged on the rock. Because apparently they're not hungry right now. That sucked. Made it. And not a single bite.
After a few hours of getting skunked, we decided it was time to head back to camp and grab some lunch. Elk meatballs and bratwursts were on the menu, a great way to heat up after standing in the cold water all day. Now it's time to hit the water again and see if we can hook up on our first day. I have found that the only way to consistently catch these fish is to be consistent. You have to present your fly as many times as possible because you never know when it's going to piss them off enough to take a bite. That's why I use a modified Euro rig. It allows me to get as many casts in as possible. And it eventually allowed me to hook up into this beautiful fish. It was a great cap to the day and a wonderful addition to the cooler. Day 2 started out cold, and I mean cold. Maybe not in temperature, but the wind was whipping and the snow was falling. Weather up here in Lake Erie is always unpredictable, but I didn't think any of us expected a 30-degree swing from yesterday into today.
Owen's still in the tent sleeping because it's nice and warm in this heated mattress. So we're gonna head up probably about half a mile upstream here. Found a hole there, saw a couple people catching some fish. So we got up at the what is it, butt crack, ass crack of dawn?
Ass crack of dawn.
We're gonna go hit that hole real quick and hopefully we can pull out some fish. Yeah, baby. Oh, no! On that last fish, my only fish I've had so far on the hook, I saw my line go down. I set the hook. It was like, I got one on. I'm letting it run a little bit, keeping tension on. I'm yelling for Smitty to get the net. I'm turning my GoPro on at the same time. I let the slack out, and it started running, and the hook popped out. That's my analysis on that.
Yeah.
I'm just so used to bass fishing, I think.
Yeah.
Where I set the hook and I'm just reeling
Yeah.
in the hogs. You have to catch a fish on my fly rod. So I'm still trying to get used to it. Use this white, woolly bugger looking thing with an egg sac head.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we're up here.
All right.
Bye.
Remember how I said they love to break off line? Well, there is your case in point right there. Persistence might pay off to get them on the hook, but landing them is a completely different ballgame. You can't let it bug you though. There are plenty of fish. A little change in the spot and some sunlight cheered us right back up. We were fortunate enough to not see too many other people around, but this is a rare sight for Erie. Much like all public land, the more effort you put into your spot selection and the area, the less pressure you're going to face. A little pre-trip scouting on a mapping software and a solid game plan will unlock the potential of this public land so we can all enjoy. Unfortunately, pre-trip scouting can't prevent gear failure. I wish it could though. Day 3 started with more cold. Cold enough where our first order of business was to get a fire rolling. If you didn't believe me about the cold, take a look at the river. Hard water fishing is something I've always wanted to try, but when the water is supposed to be flowing stream, it gets a little bit challenging. This didn't prevent us from at least giving it a try, although it was just too difficult to get good drifts and we decided it was probably best to pack up and enjoy our last morning at camp. Even though we only caught one fish, experiences like this are priceless. They teach you so much, and the time that you can spend with your friends on the water is absolutely priceless. I appreciate everyone following along, and I can't wait to share more with you guys. I hope this will motivate you to get out there and enjoy this great country and these wild animals. It truly is incredible to immerse yourself in these kind of experiences. Be safe out there, everyone, and make sure to keep it wild.